It can be overwhelming trying to find the perfect used car with so many options to look at, price obviously being a factor. But when it comes to what you shouldn't buy, what you should buy, maybe what you shouldn't, it's great to have automotive journalist Petrina Gentile back with us today. Let's get out and have a little walk around, because we're in this Lexus. This is a brand new Lexus though, Petrina.
Right, this is a Lexus RX, and it is Lexus's flagship SUV. It is also built in Canada, in Cambridge, Ontario, just down the road from your studios.
Amazing. Okay, let's get to this best and worst list, because I find this fascinating. It's done by Consumer Reports. They have no affiliation with any of these auto companies.
That's right. They're a non-for-profit, and what they do is basically survey customers that own vehicles. Typically, they do a new car, best new car for reliability. This is the first time they're doing used. So they surveyed over 150,000 people that own these vehicles and asked them everything from, the reliability, the noise inside of the vehicle, paint damage, all the way to major issues like transmission issues, and then rank them.
Can we talk price? Last time you were on, used cars were at an all-time high.
Exactly.
Where are we at now?
Now they're coming down slowly. They're about 9% down compared to last year, but they're still expensive. You're looking around $36,000 for the average price of a used vehicle.
Okay, let's get to the best and worst. Let's start with the best. And you brought this Lexus for a reason.
Exactly. Lexus was at the top of the list. So consumers had fewest problems with this brand. This is Lexus, which is Toyota's luxury arm. So very known for, the technology, the styling, and somewhat conservative as well.
Is it a specific year that they look at?
They look at anything from 2014 to 2019 vehicles. So vehicles that are 5 to 10 years old in that used market.
So we don't want to, because this is a brand new Lexus, which is also very nice.
Yeah.
But it also lends into Toyota.
Toyota came in second place. And Toyota is, a very conservative company. They don't change their vehicles a lot. They don't do drastic changes in the exterior. This Tacoma, for example, this is all new for 2024, but it hasn't been redone since 2015. And that is 9 years is a long time to have no changes, but that's sort of the secret of their success, right? They don't change a lot, so there's a lot of things that still work well with those vehicles.
I know some people that have a taco, that's what they call them, and they love them. Mazda is number 3.
Right, Mazda, another Japanese automaker known for its affordable cars. The Mazda 3, Mazda 6, CX-5.
Okay, number 4.
4 is Acura, which is the luxury arm of Honda, and Honda came in number 5. Honda, again, does quite well in new car surveys like Toyota and Lexus. It also does well in the used car side of things. This we brought along here is the CR-V. This is the new version, and this particular vehicle is also made in Canada, in Alliston, Ontario.
Awesome. Like that you bring the Ontario made cars.
Exactly.
Should we get into some of the worst
yes.
list? Okay, so what do we got here? This one's kind of surprising, actually. Number 24 on the list is?
Tesla.
Okay.
The bottom third, right. But you have to look at the time period. Again, they were looking at 2014 to 2019 models. That's when they had the Model S. And this was, a vehicle loaded with technology, their autopilot system. And of course, when you're bringing out a vehicle with unproven technology, you're going to have issues with it. Right. So that's why it kind of came out lower on the list. You can bet by the time they do this survey in 5 years,
if they did it again, it would
on the
change.
Model 3, it's going to be much better.
Number 25?
Oh, at the bottom, Dodge. Dodge is part of the Stellantis group. Stellantis, North American made. You have those big vehicles, Charger, Challenger, gas guzzling vehicles. Typically, 1 out of 3 or 4 people who own Dodge vehicles have had reliability issues. And that is also same with the one that came in dead last, which is Chrysler. And Chrysler is also part of the Stellantis group. Also doesn't do very well in new car tests, so it's not surprising it didn't do that well in the used car side of things.
Those are the bottom 3. Can we talk about the top 3 used vehicle picks?
Yeah, they actually picked specific vehicles. So the 2017 Chevy Cruze was on the list. Even though Chevy was midway, that Cruze did very well. They say, it's quite affordable and lots of technology on it. In Canada, you're looking about maybe $15,000.
Because the value has to play in when it comes to used cars.
Exactly.
So that's why it was there. The second was a Honda HR-V.
Right. The HR-V is smaller than the CR-V. That's the 2018 model that you're looking at as well. A lot of technology that you kind of expect to find in newer models as well in that vehicle.
Okay. And lastly, number 3. one right behind us.
Of course,
Okay.
Tacoma, the 2015 model. Again, you know, a really reliable vehicle. You mentioned it as well. People can drive these vehicles to the ground.
Yeah.
They last a long time.
Even high kilometers, it doesn't matter. It's still a fabulous used car. And
Over 300,000 kilometers easily.
That's what you want to look for when it comes to used vehicles. Fantastic chat. I love this where they just they're putting it out there on an independent organization that's where you really get the goods when it comes out to looking for a used car. Any last tips when anybody's looking for a used car?
You know what? Make sure you do your homework. Make sure that you get a used vehicle report from the ministry. That will tell you if there have been any, you know, accidents on that vehicle, any liens on that vehicle. You want to make sure you know what you're getting into before you buy a vehicle. Don't just take somebody's word of advice. Do your homework.
Automotive journalist Petrina Gentile, we love when she comes on the show from the Globe and Mail. Look forward to the next time you're bringing some fancy cars for us. More Morning Live on your Tuesday after this.